Welcome all the participants. So now I am going to start the new topic, structural equation modeling. So it's a multivariate technique, and there are two things in a multivariate technique, structural equation modeling. One is the we use two things in a structural equation modeling. One is dependence technique, and another is interdependence technique. So it's a combination of dependence technique and as well as the interdependence technique. In the first step, we use measurement model to find the validity of the model, and second is testing the structural model. So in the first step, confirmatory factor analysis. Now the question is, what is structural equation modeling and how this structural equation modeling different from the other multivariate technique? So basically, it's a advanced statistical tool to analyze the data, and the structural equation modeling. The other techniques like multiple regression analysis, discriminant analysis, regression, and other technique can be used only for the one relationship. Like in a multiple regression analysis, we can use the find the relationship only the one dependent variable and several independent variables. So the like multiple regression analysis, there is one dependent variable, beta 0, beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2 plus beta 3 x3, and so on. So in a multiple, here we find the relationship only one dependent variable with another or many independent variables. But in a structural equation modeling, the advantage of structural equation modeling, simultaneously we analyze large number of multiple regression analysis. Okay, so the big advantage is the simultaneously we analyze the a large number of equations simultaneously. We can analyze. For example, in this case, the y, that is sales, dependent variable, and sales depend on many independent variable like x1, x2, and x3. All the three variables are affecting to the sales. Now sales is dependent variable. If I want to find the relationship with the profit another, this is my one dependent variable y1, and the profit is another dependent variable, and the here y1, that is the y1 means the dependent variable. So I'm not taking y1, I am just simply writing beta 0 plus beta 1 x1 plus and so on. Now x1 here, it is sales. Earlier sales was behaving as the dependent variable, but when we take it with the relationship between the profit, then sales become the independent variable. If we find the profit with sales, then we conduct two times multiple regression analysis. One, y1 with many independent variables, and then second, y2 with many independent variables. But in a structural equation modeling, we simultaneously we analyze large number of equations. This is the big advantage of the structural equation modeling. We measure simultaneously many equations or many uh, equations. Okay, now the concept. So now I just I'm explaining the prerequisite of the multiple the structural equation modeling. What is the concept of this? I'm just explaining it now. Okay, the prerequisite of structural equation modeling. Structural equation modeling, basically we use the multiple regression analysis and exploratory factor analysis. There are two things. We before using the structural equation modeling, we should have idea about the multiple regression analysis and as well as the another exploratory factor analysis. The multiple this structural equation modeling, basically we try to understand the concept of structural equation modeling. What are the prerequisites of structural equation modeling? The prerequisite of structural equation modeling, one is multiple regression analysis, multivariate regression, and path model, and some unobserved variables. Okay, so through this, the multiple regression, the first is multiple regression analysis. The structural equation modeling, basically there are two things in a SEM. SEM, there are two things. One is measurement model, and the other name, that is confirmatory, same thing, confirmatory factor analysis. Confirmatory factor analysis. And another, structural modeling, structural model, or the name path model, or path analysis, or path analysis. Okay, so there are two things. One is measurement model. First of all, we find the validity of this measurement model, and then find the structural model. Structural model means the relationship with the exogenous variable with endogenous variables. So what are the prerequisites of the prerequisite of the SEM? One is the idea of multiple regression analysis. Then second is multivariate multivariate regression, and third is path model. Now we understand what is multiple regression analysis, multivariate regression, and path model. Multiple, as we know, the multiple regression analysis, multiple regression analysis. What is the equation of multiple regression analysis? Y, for example, y1, that is dependent variable, and beta 1 0 x 0 plus beta 1 1 x 1 plus beta 1 2 x 2 plus beta 1 3 x 3, and plus error term. Error term means epsilon. This is my multiple regression analysis. X0 means its value 0. Okay. So can I write it in a path diagram? Yes. So y1, this is my y1. Okay. And there are many independent variable x1, x2, x3, x0 also. So x0, x1, x2, and x3. These are the independent variables. And x0 influencing y1, as you can see, x1 influencing or affecting y1. So y1 affected by x0. So who is affecting y1? So I am writing here 1, y1 affected by x0. So beta 1 0. Now the y1 affected by x1. So affecting y1 by x1. So 1 1. Y1 affected by x2. Who is affecting y1 by x2, and y1 affecting by x3. So 1 affected by 3. And this is error term. Error term is epsilon 1. So same equation I can write in this form. The another equation y2 equal to beta uh, 2 0 x0 beta 2 1 x1 beta 2 2 x2 beta 2 3 x beta 2 3 x3 and plus epsilon 2. Again I am writing this equation in the form of part diagram. So it's a y2, and there are four independent variables x0 x1 x2 and x3. y2 affecting by x0. So beta 2 affect this dependent variable affected by beta 2 0, y2 affecting by x1. So beta 2 1, and y2 affected by x2 beta 2 2, and y2 affected by x3 the beta 2 3, and this is our error term epsilon. Okay. So same equation we can write in this diagram. These are the independent variable x0, x1, x3, x2, x3. Is it clear? It's a multiple regression analysis. So it's a prerequisite of a structural equation modeling. Second is that the multivariate regression. Multivariate regression means more than two dependent variables. So multivariate means this is y1 and another variable y2. Okay, y1 affected by, there are four variables x0, x1, x2, x3. So y1 affected by x0. So what is beta 1 0 regression coefficient? Y1 affected by x1 beta 1 1, y1 affected by the x2, so beta 1 2, y1 affected by x3 beta 1 3. Now the second variable y2 dependent variable, this is affected by this x0. So I'm writing here beta 2 0, then y2 affected by y2, so beta 2 1, and this affected by this x2 beta 2 2, and this y2 affected by beta x2 x3, so beta x3. And there are two error terms, epsilon 1 and epsilon. So this is simply, it's a multivariate regression, and there is no relationship. There is no relationship with x0, x1, x2, x3. There is no relationship x1, x0 with x1, x0 with x2, x0 with x3, or x3 with x2, x1. Okay, there is no relationship in a multivariate regression, and there is no causal relationship. No causal relationship. Causal relationship means y1 affecting y2. So there is no causal relationship. Now, what is path model? But when the third thing is path model, when we find the relationship among the independent variables and the dependent variables, then it becomes the path model. So I am taking only two variables, y1 and y2. Now it is related to this. So y2 depend on y1, so beta 2, because it is affecting 2 y2 by 1 by 1. And there are, I am taking here simply three variables, x1, x2 and x3. So x1 affecting y1, so it's a, I'm using another the gamma 1 1. I'm using the term gamma instead of beta 1. And y1 gamma 1 2 and gamma 1 3. It's a simply regression coefficient. And x1 affecting this, so gamma 2 1, gamma 2 2 and gamma 2 3. And there is a causal relationship. This is a, it's a covariance. It's a covariance. It's a covariance. So in a path model, the what is the difference between multivariate regression and path model? In a path model, there is a relationship among the independent variable and in a dependent variable. So it's a path model. Okay, so we can simultaneously we are using many regression analysis like x0 with y1, x1 with y2, y1, x2 with y1. Now after that, the same thing the we can use the another term like the it's a construct xi1 and xi2, and it's a covariance, and 5 1 2 1, and these are the variables: x1 independent variable, x2 another independent variable, x3, x4, x5. Okay, so it is x1 is depending with xi1, then one the 2 1 and sigma what uh, 3 2 and 4 2 and x5 say 5 2, and this is sigma or delta 1 delta 2, it's an error term delta 3 delta 4 delta delta 5. So we can write x1. X1 it is dependent variable here. X1. So we can write x1 and xi1 plus delta. So it's a error term and it's a regression coefficient and it's a variable. Now the full structural equation modeling in a structural model. What is structural? It's a confirmatory structural structural model. What is a structural model? In a structural model, there are variables like xi1, xi2. It's a construct xi3, and there are two endogenous variable eta 1, eta 2, and gamma 1 1, because this eta 1 affected by this eta 1 affected by xi2, so gamma 1 2 and gamma 1 3, same as this gamma eta 2 affected by xi1, so gamma 2 1, gamma 2 2 and gamma 3 3. It's a structure of equations. and it's a exogenous variable. So it has 3 or 4 question like in factor analysis, like the x1, x2. So it is x1, x2 affected by this, and this is sigma 1, sigma 2. Same as another x3. Each component has 2 variables, and x5, x6, and then sigma 6, sigma 5, sigma 4, sigma 3, and it's a error term. So there are two variables, y1, it's a dependent variable, y1 and y2. Another endogenous variable, y3, dependent variable, y4, dependent variables, and then this is the structure, and here y, so lambda y1 1, lambda y2 1, lambda lambda y3 2, lambda y4 2, and it has error term epsilon 1, epsilon 2, epsilon 3, epsilon 4. So y and x and y, these are observed variable. Observed variable means questions, observed variables. And unobserved variable, the xi and eta, unobserved variable, unobserved variable, unobserved variable. Basically, these are the exogenous and endogenous variable. Eta means endogenous variable, and this means the exogenous variable. Basically, observed variable are the questions we are taking. Like in the EFA, we have taken the 14 question to explain the concept of EFA. Out of the 14, 9 question we retained, and the 9 question divided into 3 factors, F1, F2, and F3. So F1 F and each construct has 3 questions, 3 questions. So same as the xi one in an oval shape, you can see, and the eta. These are the factors. These are factors, and each factor has two uh, two factors, two variables. Okay, so so we can write it like this. So this is about the concept of a structural equation modeling. And one more thing we should know. So in a exploratory factor analysis, so I'm just drawing the exploratory factor analysis. This is my factor matrix. In a factor matrix, there are three uh, component, F1, F2, and F3. So this is the, and each factor has two variables, V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, and V6. Okay, it has two. Factor 1 has two variables. Factor 2 2 has two variables. Factor 3 has two variables. So I can write it in a confirmatory factor analysis or part diagram. So there are the 3 variables, like this variable f1 and variable another in a path model, and another variables. So I told you it has two, each factor has two variables, like v1. So v1, v3, or v5, v6. So same thing in factor matrix writing in this form. Covariance. It's a covariance, and this is error term. delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, delta 4, delta 5, delta. So same thing I have written this one. So now it's a concept of structural equation model. Now I come to the what is the definition of a structural equation model? Structural equation modeling is a family of steps to explain the relationship among the multiple variable. Multiple variable means like y1, y2, y3, y4. And to do so, it examines the structure of interrelationship. Interrelationship means one linear similar to multiple. Now, exploratory factor analysis, and it is used to analyze the structural relationship between measured variable and latent construct. Measured variable means the questions, whatever questions we are taking to apply the exploratory factor analysis, and latent variable means construct factors. Now, it's a complete path model. In this path model, there are five construct. Five construct means factors. So the factor one price, factor two service, factor three atmosphere, factor four customer share, factor five customer commitment. So to explain the so basically it's a confirmatory. There are two things. It's a confirmatory part when we find the relationship among or correlation among the exogenous variable. It's a CFA, and when one construct to another, it's a structural relationship. A structural relationship means one exogenous variable and one another endogenous variable. It's a structural relationship. It's a CFA. CFA means confirmatory factor analysis. Now the it's a complete part diagram. So price, it's a component or factor. It has four questions: x1, x2, x3, x4. Okay, so I can write it the x1 equal to xi1, xi1 and the gamma 1 and plus what is the error term? This is epsilon. So it's a we are using multiple regression equations in a structural equation modeling. So same equation we have presented in the form of model, path model. So the price, that is it is the one construct and it has four questions: x1, x2, x3, x4. Service, another construct. It has again four questions: x5, x6, x7. These are the latent factors we identified through these questions. Price, we identified basically oval shape. It's a observe observe this by using these questions. These are the symptoms. Okay, x1, x as atmosphere, another component. The independent, I should say the name independent manifest variable. So x1 to x independent variable and y1 to y8, y1 to y8 are and manifest variables.
Excuse me, sir.
Well,
Sir, your voice is breaking.
वॉइस ब्रेक हो रही है, 1 मिनट। ठीक है, अभी मैं को देखता हूँ, 1 मिनट बस। uh,
Excuse me, sir.
can you hear me properly? हाँ, आप
No,
मुझे बोल।
yes, sir. Now we can hear.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू थैंक यू।
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So the x1 to x1 to x12, these are the independent manifest variables, and y1 to y8, these are the dependent manifest variables. Okay. The next is the prerequisite of structural equation modeling. I have discussed you. Now the structural equation modeling. No model should be developed for use with SEM without some underlying theory. It means theory is needed to develop both measurement model specification and structural model specification. Basically, there are two things in a structural equation model. Model one is measurement model and another is structural model. So we perform first measurement model, and then we perform the structural model. Okay, so there are two steps. In the first step, we find the validity of the measurement model and then find the validity of structural model. Now, it means theory is needed. It means without theory, we should not use structural equation modeling. We should not apply structural equation modeling. If we want to use or apply structural equation modeling in our research paper or thesis, so first of all, we need to go through the particular theory, because through theory we obtain the research instrument. We develop our research instrument, just go through the literature review, and through literature review for we go through some theory. So for example, if we want to know the buying behavior of the youth, so we should use theory of plant behavior, because theory of plant behavior will explain the buying behavior of particular age group people. So without theory, we should not develop the structural equation modeling. So when we are using this technique, we go through the some theory. A model can represented visually with a path diagram. Path diagram means like the multiple regression analysis. I converted into the path model. The dependence relationship are represented with single-headed arrow. So we should understand the dependence relationship with single-headed direction arrow, and covariance with two-headed arrow. What does it mean? So this is my model. This factor F1, F2, and F3, and this is F4. Single-headed arrow. This is dependence relationship. Dependence relationship. F1 with F4, F2 with F4, F3 with F4. It's a dependence, single-headed, only one arrow. It's a dependence relationship. Dependence relationship. And double-headed arrow, this is double-headed arrow. Double-headed arrow, this is double-headed arrow. It's a covariance. It's a covariance relationship. It's a covariance relationship. So in a model, when we present our model, it's a dependence relationship. So I told you there are two things in a dependence technique. Initially, dependence technique, and another interdependence technique. When I check only three variables, so it is a interdependence technique. When I find relationship this F1 with F4, it's a dependence technique. So we use dependence and interdependence technique in a structural equation modeling.